Story time on how I went on a girls trip and I found out my ex that I was with for a year was on his honeymoon. So me and my homegirls ended up going on a girls trip, and I was in a relationship with this dude for about a year, right? And we had met out or whatever. Just I was at dinner, he approached me or whatever. We was at the bar and we were talking or whatever, and he had ended up getting my number, and we had just exchanged numbers like that or whatever, right? So we had ended up like once we locked in, ain't no switching up. I love you, like it's serious or whatever. So I go on a girls trip with my homegirls and we go to Mexico. Communicating, like we're not talking like that because I'm in a different country, right? We're on different, like, so we're not communicating like that. Like I'm having fun, like just FaceTimes in the morning, just our regular. The third day, I don't talk to him. Then whatever, I'm not tripping. He'll text me, he's probably in a work meeting. But I'm not thinking nothing of it. But we getting up in the morning, we going on excursions. We book it through the hotel, but they're coming to pick us up. Mm-hmm. So, on some excursions, they go to different hotels. So we're like the last hotel stop for them to pick up, y'all. While I walk on the bus, and when I walk on the bus, I see like it's this lady. She's sitting up. She's real pretty. She got curly hair, but like her dude is laying in her lap or whatever. I guess hungover from the night before, and this is what I'm overhearing. But he sleeps, so I'm just overhearing the story. But I'm in the back, like I'm a couple rows back. Me and my homegirls, not thinking nothing of it. We drive like 30 minutes, 45 minutes to our excursion, and like we get to the excursion, y'all. Guess who the sits up? Jason. I see me, mind y'all, I'm rows behind. So I say Jason, and he turned around and he just look at me. So now he hurry up and he gets off of the bus. So now as he's getting off the bus, my cousin's like, what the you about to do? What the you doing here? Who is that? I'm hearing all these things, mind y'all. I'm processing because right, who the is this? So when we get off the bus, but mind y'all, we are in.
I find that hard to believe she went on a vacation, a girl's trip, and didn't tell him exactly where she's at. I mean, that's what women do for the most part, unless she lied and told him somewhere else. But I guess we're going to get into all of that because I wouldn't even want to chance it. But anyways.
Mexico. We are not about to go to Mexican jail. That's what we're not about to do. So before we get off the bus, because they're off the bus already, by the time we get off of the bus, I don't know what kind of Spider-Man he did with him and his, but they're already like nowhere to be found. So I'm telling my cousins, I'm like, y'all, because we gonna ride at dawn. Y'all, we are not going to Mexican jail. The girl still don't know what's going on. I'm in rage at this point because now I got so many questions. So because was I not talking to you yesterday because yo was on the flight? Was you on your flight on your way here? Have you been here? So the excursion was broken up into two parts. You could go zip lining or you can go ATVing and zip lining. We go ATVing and we ATVing and we can't even focus. Everybody's pissed off because this nigga got you up, and in the midst of having you up, he got us up. Mood ruined. Everybody got an attitude. Everybody mad. I'm pissed off. I didn't cry a little bit, but I had to get my tears out because when I get back to this zip lining, in my mind, like I'm calming myself down because I'm not going to Mexican jail. I refuse. I'm not getting put on the no-fly list. So I already knew I couldn't trip now because I'm gonna go to jail. And if I just so happen to run into him in the airport, I couldn't trip there because I'm not going on the no-fly list. I got places to go and people to see and things to do. You feel me?
So this young lady, I covered a story which I'll link it here in the past. She just has a lot of stuff going on with men, like her. And her best friend got pregnant. Her best friend got pregnant by her baby daddy. So they was both pregnant at the same time. And once again, we ride at dawn. The cousins is like, yo, I'm tired of getting in these fights. You need to get a better man, baby. Like, you get a good dude. But let's get back to it, man.
So when we get back, we getting back and we pulling up to the zip line thing. And so they end up taking a truck to wherever the zip line is, but we rode our ATVs there. So when we getting off the ATVs, I guess they had told the hotel that they had to go because he was sick coincidentally. So mind y'all, we disappeared. He knows I'm here. This still don't know who I am. She thinks that she's living in bliss. And I would hate to be the to ruin someone's honeymoon because you.
She didn't ask, like, who is this woman? He was laying in her lap and a woman in the back calls your name and she doesn't bother to ask, y'all ladies watching, y'all know y'all be like, who is this? Like, come on, man.
Couldn't have known, especially if you just walk down the aisle with this man. They're standing there and we pulling up. We riding, and they're like standing. So we get off our ATVs, and then before they could get in the truck, they like standing there just talking face to face like this. And I chuck a water bottle. Like I just throw the water bottle and it like missed, but it went right between them. And then they looked. So by that time I'm looking. Cause I want you to say something. Mm-hmm. And he just like, just get in the car, She's like, what the f-? And he like, just get in the car. They probably drunk. We on vacation. We don't got time for this. So I'm standing there and I'm like, you don't got time for this. You're not going to tell her we've been in a relationship for a year? Is that a ring on your finger? Because at this point, I don't know they're married. Is that a ring on your finger? But by the time he's saying this, she's getting in the van. So they start arguing and the van pull off. So boom. This is how I found out what resort they were at. So I'm the only one up. They went to sleep after we got on the bus. So like they're not hearing what everybody's talking about. And we had met these other dudes and they stayed at another resort too. At the same resort they was.
We met these other dudes. Girls trip. We met these other dudes, which was the plan anyway, baby. Why are you tripping? You know you was going to get clapped up.
They not too, but when we get back to the resort, they're like, oh, what we doing? I'm like, well, they're talking about this pool party. They don't know it's the resort that this nigga is at. My dude is at. They don't know. They're going in blindsided. I'm ambushing them. I don't need nobody trying to stop me on no. I may see him come because I don't want to go to jail in Mexico. At the same time, in my mind, I'm trying to rationalize, like, is Mexico jail even that bad? Now I have service. He was already back at the room because he went back sick. So my phone, he was blowing my phone up. Destiny, please don't do this. Like, I'm sorry. Like, it's not what you think it is. How the f*** is you being married? Not what I think it is. I think you married and I don't f*** with married men. I think you married and you've been tricking me.
Trying to enjoy my time.
Like, ain't no way I'm out here getting tricked like this. I'm so sorry, you don't understand. Let me explain. All you seen was a ring and you start flipping and crashing out, and even though it was a low-key crash out, I already know you. What you about to do?
Come on, man.
Don't ruin our night. This is supposed to be her honeymoon. It's given very much
honeymoon. We in a whole nother relationship. I got a fiance on the side, baby. I be like, yo, you might as well hang it up. But some women is gullible and they hang on because they love that side chick feeling. It's better to be the side chick, man. But let's get back to it.
Tasha, I just lost the love of my life. I will. And all I wrote back and said was, I'll see you later. That's all I said, and I blocked him. And we go to the hotel. My cousin still don't know. He still don't know that I know what hotel they at, but I guess he got inkling, and I guess they wasn't vibing. This is just my speculation, because I do not know, because they never came downstairs. I could tell you that. I could tell you why it wasn't a sign of them. That's unfortunate on your honeymoon. So we at the airport leaving, and I'm in the bathroom, and I'm walking, and all I feel is somebody grab my arm, and he like, Destiny, please let me talk to you. What? So he grabs my arm, and I'm like, get the off of me. Let me go. And he like, let me explain. I'm like, so now let me ask a couple of questions. If you knew I was coming to Mexico, why the would you come to Mexico?
Right.
And he goes, her parents gifted us this and they already had our bags packed, and this is where they sent us. I knew that you were coming out here, but I didn't know exactly where you were going, because I never told him if we finalized on Cabo, if we finalized on Tulum. He just knew I was going to Mexico. And he just knew where I was going. But, like, it never came up where I was going. I was just talking about Mexico. Like, you know, like, dudes be there, but they don't really be there. So
we're in a 1-year relationship, and I don't know where you're going at on a girl's trip. Like, You telling me you going for X amount of time? I don't know where you're going at. Come on, man. Sounds far fetched, but
I wasn't gonna get all my questions answered there because I'm so mad. So as he's explaining to me all these things, like tears just running down my face, but I'm like, you know what? Because like I can't believe you at the end of the day, like you're married, and that's all I keep saying is like you're married. Like he's still explaining you're married. Like, are you married? He's still not trying to tell me like that he married. He's still not telling me this. But like I'm looking at his finger. Like I grab his wrist and I'm like, you have a ring on your finger. Like, Jason, like you're married and you sitting in my face trying to manipulate me and gaslight me into thinking it's something that it's not. And if it wasn't for going on the no-fly list, if it wasn't for being in the middle of this airport, how'd you even see me? He was like, I seen you coming in because they flew a different airline.
so this is quite a lot of serendipity or bad luck, whatever you want to call it. Very coincidental. You guys end up on the same bus, you flying out at the same time, and you find her and all this stuff like that. Y'all happen to be leaving. It's just too coincidental, man. But she's a good storyteller. I'll give that to her.
I'm flying on Delta and they're on JetBlue. So he seen me walking in and then he like stalked me. Stalker, where's your wife? Where's your wife? Now I'm yelling like, where's your wife? So now that I'm yelling, he like like Destiny, and I'm like, you might want to get out of my face because it's going to go left. And I don't have time for this. I will see you when we land back home. Maybe. Mind y'all, he's still
Oh, he
blocked.
will.
So we depart in the
Women love it.
terminals. And then I get on the flight, and a week later, there's a knock on my door. So boom, I go to the door. I look out the peephole. It's about 8:30. I look out the peephole. I can't see nothing, so I know it's him because he always covers the peephole when he comes over, right? You walk up and down this street all day playing. You think he playing about his money? Cause why are you playing in my face with your finger over this peephole? It's been a week. And the reason why it's been a week is because he's been emailing me. He's been writing me on social media, and I have been ignoring the out of him. He had to wait a week because when I got back from vacation is the week I have my kids. So now you have to wait a week. You're blocked though, right? So when I open the door, I open it and it's him standing there with some flowers. And he's like, Destiny, I'm sorry. And I slam the door in his face because if you think it's going to be that easy, now I'm going.
What did I say? Women love married men. That turns her on even more because there's a soap opera that she can participate in now even further. But yeah,
Open this door again because I'm nosy. I'm never going to be the type of that be like, I just blocked him and that was the end. Oh no, I have questions and I need answers. So I open the door back up and this man is in full blown tears. What the are you crying for, Jason? I'm all out of tears. I'm not crying no more. So now you're just going to get the in me because. And did you come over here with your wedding ring on? So now we're standing at the door and I'm like, what are you doing here? Like, where's your wife? It is 8:30 p.m. Why the do you have flowers? And is she aware that you're standing at my door right now? And he's like, don't worry about her.
there you go.
Jason, you're already off to a bad start. I'm worried about this marriage. How long? So now we going back and forth because don't tell me not to worry about nobody. And how long were y'all engaged?
Mm-hmm.
He goes, I met you 2 years into our engagement. So they were engaged for 4 years because they couldn't get it together, I'm guessing. I already had a week to prepare not putting my hands on anybody. But I was absolutely prepared to snatch someone's lips off their face. So now I'm like, just step in because I am not about to be the apartment drama. You're not about to get me. So he steps in, I close the door. He's not there for long because what the do you have to say? So he's apologizing to me. He's trying to let me know. So I'm like, how long have you known her? He's like, this is my high school sweetheart. Big.
Yo, just get past that. Let him go ahead and clap the cheeks, go back home, then clap his wife's cheeks. Y'all know how y'all do. Unprotected at that, but yeah.
He was my sneaky link this whole year. Like, week that I had my kids is the week that he got married, that weekend. And then he was on his honeymoon in Mexico the week that I didn't have my kids. So he explaining all this to me, and I'm just looking at him because, like, you were really strategic with this. You're sick. Mind y'all, our anniversary was a month before this, our 1 year anniversary, right? Like, we have been dealing with each other for a year, and we said I loved you for the first time a month ago. A month before your wedding, you told me I loved you, is what I'm telling him. He's like, have you ever been in love with two people? And I just had to, like, I snatched his, like, I had to, like, just grab his lips because, please shut the fuck up. And I'm like, Jason, I need you to go. Because now you're just saying any and everything because you're spiraling. And if you don't, I don't want to really put my hands on you because I've moved past that in my life. Like, I moved past it, but I will turn back around. And now I'm crying again because now it's just like, this is too much. Like, I thought I could handle this conversation. I don't know why I thought that after a week, but I thought I could handle this conversation. But now I'm just crying and I'm irritated because what the fuck are you crying for? So now he's leaving, and as he's walking out the door, like, I just hold the door open. Like, I start crying and I just hold the door open because make your exit, please. Like, I already snatched your lips off your face. Just go. So he turned around and he's like, Destiny, I'm sorry. And I know you probably don't ever want to talk to me again. But I just hope we could leave this here and just move on and, forgive. And I know you never gonna forget. She has forgiven me. And I have explained to her, like, what was going on. And I told her my side. So I just want to leave it at that. Like, sir, you can go to hell. But I pray that your wife finds peace, like, in whatever you've told her.
Yeah. And me and you still gonna be together because that's how we rock, right? That's how we rock.
So I'm under the impression that she knows and they're on the same page and they're good and they're living in bliss, living their honeymoon life and all these other things. So, like, I'm not going to come to her as no woman because I'm going to just take my L and keep pushing. Like, it's okay. Like, you got me up. I with you. Like, I loved you, yeah. But I'm going to just take my L and keep going. Like, I was sad, trying to move on. So, like, a week later, I get a message. So, like, a week has went by. I have not talked to nobody. It's been radio silence. So, I get a text and it's like, maybe, you know how your iPhone say, like, maybe so-and-so? So, it's like, maybe Heather. And I'm like, Heather? Open it, I send it to the group chat. And I'm like, here we go. So, I'm like,
and here's another thing, guys. Women tell other women everything. They tell all their business. Whatever you think is between you and your old lady, she's telling her friends. She's putting it in the group chat. And this is how women make a lot of bad decisions because they go off of what's in the group chat. They don't have a mind of their own. They have to go off of what other women are telling them.
All right, let's talk. You want to talk on the phone or you want to meet in person? And she's like, can you meet me for lunch at 12 on Saturday? And I'm like, yeah, I'll see you there. Get there first. Because naturally, I'm not about to walk into no situation by myself without backup. So my cousins come with me. Duh. Yes, that was my sneaky link. But at the end of the day, like, that was my man. He was sneaky to the world. I wasn't hiding him from the world. I was hiding the world from him. She comes, she sits down, and she introduces herself. She's like, hi, my name is Heather, and I remember you in Mexico, and I'm just trying to figure out what happened. Talking to him, he told me that you guys met at a bar when he went out, when me and him were on a break.
Woman to woman.
And it turned into something that he didn't expect. He told me that he'd been trying to break it off with you, but you would not allow him to. And that's why he told me in Mexico that you were delusional and you were crazy. He told me in Mexico that I was what?
Keep it.
Your husband's a clown. We just celebrated our 1 year anniversary. And he was helping me pay all my bills. I didn't know anything about you. He never told me that he was on a break from anybody. He just was moving single. But He is correct. It started off something that wasn't serious because for the both of us, like, it was something light and fun. Like, it was never meant to be that serious. But for him to call me delusional is insane because Mama never gave delusion. This lady's like 10 years our senior. So now I'm like, let me understand something. You guys were on your honeymoon, correct? Because I still have not gotten all the answers from him that I need. We barely had any conversation because he's been blocked. So I'm like, you guys were on your honeymoon, correct? She's like, yeah. So I'm like, how long have you guys been together? She's like, well, we've been together for 10 years. For 10 years. Things were getting a little rocky because he had a baby on her. So she decided to put a stop to the wedding. So you knew Jason wasn't. So naturally, I'm like, hold on, because we can't just slide past this man having a baby. He has a baby because I'm under the impression that this man don't have any kids, right? So now, in the midst of me trying to get answers for myself, I'm all in their business because she got all the tea. Like, got a baby on you and you still decided to marry him, but that's not my business. The baby is 1.5. Because 2 + 2 is 4. And 5 + 5 is 10. What?
Listen, like I said, these stories, all these lies, these things being hidden, once again, where these women do like 10 parts, they love this stuff. And the guy's still gonna clap the cheeks, just like the woman who was married to the guy Donovan. And Donovan had a baby on the side and was doing all this stuff, and she was just so in love with this dude. That's how it is, fellas. That's just how dysfunctional a lot of these relationships are. And the fact that she's actually communicating with the woman. Some women are just, they keep it funky. I'm not talking to you or whatever. But some women who love the drama, they'll actually sit down and have a conversation. Fellas, just assume that all women, and I learned this early on at an early age, all women talk to each other. Just assume, even if they're 2,000 miles away somehow, all women talk to each other, man.
The is this? That means you started dating me when your baby was barely 6 months old and you were engaged already? So I'm like, so he's just a serial cheater? She's like, yes. Like, I met him when he was 18 years old and I was 28. So you knew what you was doing when you was dating a fuck. So it comes out that there's more than just me. She ended up going through his phone, going through his text messages. He was still dealing with his baby mama. Like 2 other girls he was sending money to. She got their number and put it in her Cash App and found out that those was 2 other girls. She found out about me. She was like, has he ever met your kids? And I'm like, no. And I'm like, how you even know I got kids? And she was like, I just started looking everybody up on Facebook. Like, I'm not here to cause no issues, like, but I'm a newlywed finding this information out, and I'm just looking at her because I couldn't imagine being a newlywed and not being under the jail. My cousins are sitting in the booth, like, right next to us. Like, so the way I'm sitting, I'm looking at my cousins, and her back is towards my cousins. So they can hear everything she's saying and I'm saying. So now, group chat going up. So then she's like, have you talked to him since you guys have been back? And I'm like, he did come to my house and he's still right now to this day emailing me. She was like, he doesn't know that I know all these things. He doesn't know I went through his phone. He doesn't.
Bottom line, what y'all gonna do, man? What y'all gonna do? I know this. I know, I got the tea. I know the information. I know you did this. I know you did this. But spread eagle. It's all yours, baby. I know you did this. Spread eagle. It's all. For what?
Don't even know that I'm here right now talking to you. He thinks that I went out with some friends for lunch. Like, y'all got too many secrets going on for me in this marriage. So she's still asking me questions, and it just comes like we finally like are wrapping up, and I'm just telling her, like, you don't have to worry about me. Like, I'm not gonna mess with your husband. Like, that's your husband. At the end of the day, like, he does want to have a conversation with me, and I was not in the space to have one, and I don't know if I'm going to have one. And the whole time in my head knowing, oh, I'm about to have a conversation because now I got all this ammo. She's like, I just don't.
You hear it, fellas? You hear it? Which means that you like to keep the chaos, you like to keep it going. You don't want to move on with a man that's single. You want to keep the party going. You want to keep entertainment. Women want to be stars in their own soap opera. It's just a fact. It makes them feel important. They like to keep some going. Well, JR, what about him? He's keeping it going. But you're participating. What you observe and communicate, you participate in.
He does not know that I know all these things. Like, at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck. You shouldn't have even came over here and acted like we was friends for real, because you're still really my op, my enemigo. Like, at the end of the day, that was still our nigga for a whole year. So like, I'm you know, like, but I'm gonna listen because I'm nosy. I go to the bathroom or whatever because we about to leave, and when I'm coming out, the bathroom is like on the other side of the restaurant. All I hear is, I thought I told you to leave this shit alone. Heather, you didn't turn your location off and Jason found you? So now I'm walking out and I'm like, you real loud for somebody who got some explaining to do. Because now I'm coming up from behind him. And I'm like, I would rip your lips off your face again. But now since your wife's standing right here, that's her job. And if she gonna let you disrespect her, that's fine. But you already know the get down when it comes to me over here. And he like, man, doesn't he? And you got your cousins here? Yes. Are you ready to have this conversation, Jason? Like, are you ready to admit in front of your wife that you married? So are you married or are you not married? Are you using this girl or are you not, Jason? So now he looking at me and he like, yes, this is my wife, Destiny. And I'm like, what the f-? Like, you was never gonna tell me? Like, what's wrong with you? She telling me you got a baby. She telling me it's other. She telling me all these things. She telling me y'all been together for 10 years. Before he even could answer, she was like, what the f you mean claiming me? And after she said that, she just went silent. Like, if I was him, I would have gave that 50 feet. So the way I'm positioned, I'm not really worried because I'm not even on nothing with her, but we can absolutely jump him. So I'm like, I don't even feel comfortable having no conversation with you in front of your wife. Because look at your hand. You see that ring? You have a wife, Jason. Like, are you not understanding this? This lady standing right here, ma'am, that's your wife. So I'm telling him, like, yeah, that baby that you was still begging me to keep 2 weeks ago via email, I sent it back to God. Because you're on, like, why would I keep your baby and you're married? You are a married man asking me to keep your baby. We could work it out. We could co-parent. Boy, f you. And I'm so sorry, Heather, I'm so sorry you got to hear all this. But time I could even, like, apologize to her. Like, she had already just swung her purse and hit him upside his head. We just slapped him. And, like, the slap was so loud, we all just got quiet and just looked. And then she walked out and I just looked at him and, like, he just shook his head and he walked out the door behind her. Like,
I don't understand, fellas. Like, why get married if you're gonna do this? You can do this and not be married. That makes no sense to me. Then you pillow talking with all these different women, making promises and whatnot, man. You guys got to stop it, man. You guys got to stop it.
So after he walked out, like, that was the end of me and him because I don't have nothing else to say. Like, you were blocked. I have no ties to you. Good riddance. You fucking peasant. So I didn't talk to him anymore after that day because, like, I said everything I had to say. I heard everything I had to hear. Like, that's just, I'm not going to catch a case because that's exactly what will happen. Like, you keep playing in my face, I'm going to catch a case. But I had seen that, like, they were supposed to be getting a divorce because he was still on his baby mama. At least that's what her Facebook status said. Like, even though, like, you know that this man's, Jason, you're a dog. You're dirty. Jason's you're dirty. 3 months later, like, I come home and there's like a edible arrangements bouquet with like a letter taped to it. And on the front it says, I'm so sorry, Jason. And all I could think is, like, I'm so sorry, Jason. He must have went to see the lady. Walking up, I'm like, who the f is this from? So when I walk up and I finally see the letter, I'm like, do this man wife know he's still sending? Like, what is wrong with this man? This is what I'm thinking, right? So then I get the edible arrangements and I get the things and I go in the house because I'm gonna eat the fruit. Y'all, this was $100 bouquet. He got me the blossoming daisies with the strawberries and the pineapples. And he had half of them dipped in chocolate. The large bouquet. Oh, I was gonna eat that. Like, what the does he actually have to say to me after I basically ruined your honeymoon? Like, from what you've been saying in all these emails. Like, how the I ruin your honeymoon? How the why would you even own a honeymoon? Like, mind you, the emails had stopped because, like, I guess that once his wife found out that he was emailing me, she put a stop to that, which is why now I'm guessing 3 months later he decided to do this. I'm thinking he went and seen a lady. He on an apology tour. Like, he knows how raggedy he is. This is what I'm thinking. So the card on the edible arrangement said, "I'm so sorry. I know I hurt you. I didn't mean to hurt you. Please unblock me." A mental patient. He's a mental patient. So why the are you sending me anything? And you're married. Like, that's still the first thought. Where's your wife?
Out of all this, baby, I want to know if you leaving out some spots. Was he clapping the cheek somewhere in there? Was you letting him in? We gonna keep it like I'm not communicating and all this stuff, but like, come on, man.
That thought has never left my mind since I seen that ring on his finger. Where the is your wife? Y'all open this letter, and this letter say, "I know you don't with me, and I know I've said sorry a million times, and sorry cannot be enough. But I really need you to unblock my phone. I need to tell you something. I cannot move on knowing that I hurt you and that I don't have closure in this situation." Like, people are literally sick and insane. So, and thank you for the edible arrangements. He will never get a thank you out of me. As you should, or as you shouldn't, because you have a wife. And 6 months later, you really could have kept that. So I'm telling my cousins, like, y'all think I should unblock him just to, like, see what the he got to say for himself? Like, because, like, at the end of the day, I'm too nosy for my own good. I'm too nosy for my own good. So I unblocked him. And I should have left his blocked.
So, guys, that was Destiny, as you guys have seen on this whole thing. And she should have had a part 10, but it looks like they either got deleted or something. I couldn't find it. But she did have like some text messages here, which I'm going to go over and you guys will see on the screen here. She goes, "You have a wife." He says, "I was trying to make you my wife. I just needed more time." Laugh my LMFAO, laugh my soft, sir, please go to HELL. Man, my life is crazy for real, but all the other ish stopped mattering when me and you was locked in. It's been 3 whole months, but I ain't heartless, so I didn't want to just leave her. We got a lot of time under us. And again, I asked, "Where is your wife?" I had to get my stuff together before I could come correct again. I knew that. How old is come correct? He is an older dude. "You have a wife if you forgot. I'm just here to remind you. What could you possibly have to say? Lucky for you, I'm nosy as F, and listening to lies is one of my favorite pastimes. We can talk about my wife, and I was wrong for that, but what I felt for you was never part of the lie. Tell me lies, make it sound good, make it sound good." That's what she put up on that Drake song. "Let me take you out so we can talk about it. I miss you, mama." Man, stop that ish. You know we better than that. You have a wife. You was too young and she was too old. Those 3 months I was missing you, man. Exactly. I was young and she knew that. But with you, I was on my ish and you brought out the best in me. Hell really is in your future. Mama, I can come pick you up tonight so we can talk like we used to. Remember how good we was together. Don't throw that away. For any further communication, please submit the application titled "I'm a Clown," which requires a fee of $2,000. All applications will be reviewed, and once funds received, denied. She felt something was different. Des, stop playing with me, man. You acting like you never even cared about me. I stopped caring when I tried to take your head off with that water bottle. She felt something was different between me and her a year ago when me and you started talking. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Guys, that's a crazy story, but that's where she ended it. So I'm only assuming he was clapping the cheeks. Destiny, I'll have her information for you guys to check out Destiny's page, as well as the video where she said her and her bestie got pregnant by her boyfriend. But let me know what you guys think about this story. Comment below. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Much blessings and abundance. Stick around for the next videos. It's going to pop up on the screen below. That's where I'm going to see you guys at. It's your favorite everything. This is Wisdom. Let's run it up to 1 million. Quit playing with me. Peace.